Well, in three simple, very short words, Kawhi freaking Leonard. What a game, what a series we are being treated to right now by the LA Clippers and the Denver Nuggets. My goodness, what a damn shame it is that this is just a first freaking round series, and what a shame that one of these two teams will ultimately have to lose in the first round. And thank goodness for these two teams, thank goodness for this series, because the other games that we have seen in this 2024-2025 NBA playoffs to this point have been heinous ass. And such heinous ass that it has been almost unwatchable aside from these two masterpiece games in games 1 and 2. An overtime thriller 2-point win by the Nuggets in game 1 and two desperation 3-point heaves that come up just shy for the Denver Nuggets to try to send game 2 into an overtime as the Clippers sneak out with a 105-102 win in Denver to even the series. A series which smells very much like a 7-game series on our hands. Likely one of the best first round series we're going to see in recent memory, because it's got it all. It has two great players, Nikola Jokic, 3-time league MVP, Kawhi Leonard, 2-time finals MVP. And Kawhi Leonard, say what you will about this guy, and I have said many things about him. You can say that he barely ever plays. You can say that he forces his way out of teams. You can say that he's built a couple super teams in his wake throughout the super team era, because I'm sorry, but it's an undeniable fact that he has. He first jumped ship from San Antonio, won a chip with Toronto, and then to the LA Clippers, colluded with his buddy Paul George, forced his way out of Oklahoma City. Then they brought in James Harden as well. But all of the bad things that you can say about Kawhi Leonard, there are plenty of good, and they were on display tonight, because when this guy is healthy and when he is right, he is one of the handful of all-time great players, and he showed it tonight with one of the best games I have ever seen. And I've been watching basketball for a very long time, and I've seen some tremendous guard play. This guy absolutely channeled his inner Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. Hell, he might have outdone those two guys tonight, because he put on a dazzling show in this game. 39 points on 15 of 19 from the field. 15 of 19, and these primarily were not layups and dunks. Many of these were shots, and credit to the Denver Nuggets, who do not have a bunch of defensive stalwarts on their side of the ball, particularly on the perimeter. Hell, pretty much anywhere on that roster. But they were heavily contesting him. They were sending doubles his way. They were trying to get the ball out of his hands, and he took a couple of late shot clock contested looks. This guy just couldn't miss. He was virtually automatic from everywhere all night. He always seemed to have the answer time and time again. It's not very often. I haven't even mentioned Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic was predictably Nikola Jokic. He had a triple-double, a 27, 12, and 10 triple-double to be precise. It is his 19th career triple-double. He's moving up the all-time chart. I believe he is only trailing Magic Johnson and LeBron James at this point for playoff triple-doubles, and this guy has a lot of time to go, and he was good in this game. He certainly made mistakes. 7 turnovers, loomed large. He also missed some free throws as well. This was not a perfect game for Nikola Jokic, but the degree of difficulty is quite high. He has to play virtually every minute of the game. He did take his customary 5-ish minute break in the second quarter, but he did not take his customary break to end the third, start of the fourth. He played every second of the entire second half of this game, 43 minutes in all. And again, it was 27 points, 12 rebounds, and 10 assists on 50% shooting in what was an absolute slugfest against Zubac. Zubac, who is a Defensive Player of the Year finalist, who will be first-team All-NBA defense this year, and hell, might win Defensive Player of the Year. He makes it very difficult on Jokic, but Jokic, a 27-point triple-double on efficient shooting nonetheless. And the Nuggets got a number of good contributions up and down the lineup, It was Jamal Murray actually had a great game, hit timely shots. Russell Westbrook for the second game in a row, coming up big, coming up clutch down the stretch off the bench. Really, there's not much bad to be said about either of these two teams. Both of these teams are playing defense. We see the effort. They're exuding it on both ends of the ball. This is just a highly entertaining, enjoyable first round matchup. Just a great game overall, a great series overall. Thank you, LA Clippers and Denver Nuggets, for showcasing basketball the way it used to be played. High leverage possessions down the stretch, back and forth. It doesn't get much better than this, but like I said, unfortunately, one team has to win, one team has to lose. And we are now, with the smoke cleared, the dust settled, we're standing at 1-1. It looks like we're destined for a 7-game series. And I would be remiss to not at least mention Michael Porter Jr. in this video as well. Michael Porter Jr., who of course had an absolutely reprehensible game one. 3 points for this guy who's making roughly $40 million annually right now. 3 points in game one. And of course, Denver elected to not go with him for large stretches of the second half, virtually any of the fourth quarter. He bounced back. He hit a couple nice shots tonight. However, the Nuggets did go with him down the stretch in the fourth quarter tonight. And again, I would be remiss to not mention the game was tied 100-100. And the Clippers missed their shot, and the offensive rebound was caroming around. Michael Porter Jr. secured the rebound and promptly turned it over. He then, I guess, hurt his shoulder. He was laying on the court for what seemed like a couple seconds, which had the Nuggets in scramble mode, and Norman Powell ended up hitting a massive three-point shot with about 90 seconds to go. That was ultimately the backbreaker in this one for the Nuggets. So I'm not certain if Michael Porter Jr. was injured there, what his prognosis might be moving forward into game 3. But maybe just stick without Michael Porter Jr. in the fourth quarter moving forward. I think it kind of worked out better for the Denver Nuggets without him on the court in game one versus what he did there, just writhing around in pain, grabbing his shoulder while Powell's hitting the back-breaking go-ahead three-point shot there down the stretch. And again, I'm just still trying to catch my breath from this one. We had 12 ties in this game, 18 lead changes. There has been some defense played, not just by these two teams, but throughout a couple teams throughout these playoffs. Now, I just want to give a couple shout outs here. The Knicks and Pistons played a pretty low scoring affair tonight. And we also saw the Warriors play a pretty tight, low scoring game against Houston. Guys, I am digging these games in the low 100s, the upper 90s. Look what happens when we actually play defense. These games can be fun, they can be enjoyable. We don't have to just seed wide open threes, dunks, and layups and let people jog up and down to score in the 115s every night. I am actually loving these playoffs so far. If only we could get a couple more tight and competitive games like these Clippers and Nuggets are giving us. But guys, I guess all we can do is hope that we do get 7, hopefully 5 more gems out of these two teams, just like we saw tonight. And make sure that you are subscribed to stay tuned for more from me on this channel, guys. And also, of course, make sure you follow me on Discord and X. You can see more in the description below on this video. And stay tuned for some additional updates. I know I keep teasing them, but there are some updates coming just about the course of this channel. So stay tuned for that. Until next time, guys.